It says it right in here. Joe Mashinski. Joe will never forget Mohawk football, my standoff against the G.A.R. football team. In my opinion, the G.A.R. game was always on an island.
A cold and blustery afternoon at Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium.
It didn't matter if we didn't win a game or if, we were undefeated.
First carry of the ball game, that's Mashinski.
The G.A.R. game was the game that you came out swinging. And me personally, my dad always thought that, the G.A.R. kids were tougher. And he would joke around about that. He played at G.A.R. and he was all conference, all scholastic at G.A.R. He would always, give me jabs about how tough these G.A.R. kids were, yada, yada, yada. So I would be like, a caged animal at these games because I wanted to prove to him and my team that wasn't the case. That we had guys that were just as tough.
Mashinski cuts it back.
I wanted to win.
The 18-yard line, he has been frustrated all afternoon.
So one of the linebackers for G.A.R. kept pinching me, underneath my pads. And I warned the ref. I said, listen, tell this guy to stop or, whatever.
Tough going for Mashinski, and now some pushing and shoving. Some words being said down there. Wickheiser again involved.
Well, John Mashinski's dad is a graduate of G.A.R., but I'm sure he was cheering for his son and the Meyers Mohawks.
And it was like a sweep to the short side of the field to me.
That time, G.A.R. is waiting.
And I popped up and just kicked this kid in the face. And then all hell broke loose.
There we go.
We don't need this.
These officials have got to get right on this.
Coaches trying to get involved.
Coaches are talking to all their players. They're trying to get everything calmed down. A lot of cops around. There was talk a few minutes ago of getting the cheerleaders off the field in case something happened here.
And, basically embarrassed my parents, embarrassed myself. It's like we just got crushed.
That's Mashinski and Hilbert have been ejected from this game.
I think I just got in my car after the game. I didn't even go into the locker room. I'm driving home in my little 88 white Jetta, in my football pads. And I show up in my uniform at my house, and my parents have friends over and stuff, and I'm crying and acting all pissy pants, and I run in my room and I punch a hole in the wall. And my dad comes flying in and he's like, listen, when you're paying the mortgage, you can put all the holes in the walls that you want. And I'm just sniffling and my lips quivering, and he's like, you wanna know something? He's like, you wanna know why you lost to G.A.R.? And I'm ready, I'm like a powder keg. He goes, because the kids on the hill are just tougher. And I go, you, Dad. My mom was standing there and she was getting between us, and I could see the pride for G.A.R. on his face, but he's my dad. He's proud of his G.A.R. boys. So he wants his son to do well. But I know he wasn't necessarily cheering for Meyers. And he was a hospital executive. He wasn't a coach. He was just a kid from the hill who had a lot of G.A.R. pride. Till the day he died, he was very proud. That was the moment where, I realized, wow, this is something way bigger than me and way bigger than just two city schools going at it. And I didn't have another opportunity to prove him wrong. And that's what still, it still sticks with me. I'm not, I'm doing my thing, I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm an attorney, I'm a hopefully contributing member of this community, but, that's the one thing, I can't go back and change that. And I can't disprove that to him. So, it's kind of funny, it's, here, take a pause a second. Hold on, I got a funny thing I gotta show you guys.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So, this is my dad's winter hat, and I was taking my son skiing, and he goes, oh, I want to wear that skiing. I go, absolutely not. Oh, here you go, Dad. Enjoy. It's a little nippy out.